good. Things are good. Things are going well. And even if they're not going exactly how you wish they were, you have food in your cupboard, you have your lights on, you are able to stand upright, you woke up on the right side of the grass. So many positive things going on this beautiful August day. Is it raining out? It is. But you know what? Is that okay? Yeah, it's okay. Because you know what? There's times where we cry for rain. Here in Sarnia-Lambton, we just put out a notice. The city of Sarnia, I shared it, saying to water your grass, water your trees. So you can be grateful that today it is raining, and that's saving you hiking up that water bill that we absolutely hate to pay. And the universe is just going to water the trees and the grass and the flowers and everything for you. So there you go. You want to be grateful? Be grateful to the universe, because it is looking after you, so you don't have to give the government 5 cents more than you have to, because we don't really like to give them any more money than we have to, do we? So there you go. So it's time for the good news portion of the show on this August 17th, 2017. Wow, time is just flying. So lots of great stuff going on in the world, as we know, and this story is a great way to start it. One restaurant patron was so grateful to be reunited with his, are you ready? $45,000 engagement ring. Wow, that's big bucks for one little ring. He paid for enough noodles to serve an entire day's worth of customers. Wow. According to the Chongqing Morning Post, a man whose surname is Wang had accidentally left his bag, which contained the expensive diamond ring, outside of a sour and spicy noodle store when he stopped in for a ring. Horrified to find out what had happened, he returned to the shop only to find that a little girl had given his bag to the manager at the counter to ensure it didn't get stolen. Later that day, Wang returned to the restaurant and said that after proposing with the ring, his girlfriend of 1 year had accepted. As a means of celebrating the engagement, he then paid for enough spicy noodles to feed 5,000 customers. Wow. About the same amount of customers that the vendor has in a day. Oh my goodness. 5,000 customers in a day eating noodles? That's amazing. Wang posted a letter on the front of the shop explaining his gesture by saying, "Chongqing has the woman I love and so many nice people. I feel very honored and happy." Isn't that awesome? And you know what? You feel so good when you give, don't you? Isn't that what tithing is supposed to be? That word tithing that is so, used in different ways, right? We should just be tithing to regular people. You have enough for yourself plus some more? Spread the love. Share it around, right? And you can do that monetarily, but you can also do it with love and joy and laughter. Hey, the gift that keeps giving, laughter. And on that note, here's a great story. I absolutely love this. So this couple may not look much like Owen Wilson and Vince Vaughn, but they certainly have a knack for crashing weddings. The dynamic duo showed up at the reception of Karen and Michael Tofu and proceeded to become the life of the party, dancing for every song, posing for every photo, and just being a lot of fun in general. Though the newlyweds and bridesmaids were unable to put their finger on who the bombastic partygoers were, they were too distracted by the festivities to try and figure it out, of course. They were later surprised and delighted to find a card in their stack of wedding presents that confirmed their suspicions. The card had a dollar bill taped in the inside, along with a Polaroid of the mystery couple saying, 1, congratulations. 2, sorry for crashing your wedding. 3, best of luck. Karen later posted a photo of the card on social media, saying that it was the best gift she could have asked for, and that she wanted to find the couple so she could shake their hands and buy them a drink. The New Jersey couple was later revealed to be Carly Wolfson and Richie Berry, 2 youngsters who had actually agreed to crash a wedding as their first date. Is that brilliant or what? I think that is so fun. Oh my gosh. And the bill they put in the card, I'm sure was enough to cover their dinner or whatever. That is so awesome. I messaged her on Facebook apologizing. Like, I'm so sorry, Wolfson told WMMT. She was like, don't be sorry. Best gift ever. Ms. Tofu has since befriended the two youths and demanded that she be invited to their own wedding, assuming they ever get married. It's so funny because when you're planning any sort of event, wedding, anything, you're always scared that it's going to be a dud. You're always scared that people aren't going to have fun. What if people leave early? What if nobody has a good time? You get a couple like this involved that regardless if you ever met them before or not, they bring the party to the party. It's all about having the right people. I think that is so absolutely awesome, and that's something I could totally do. And if I put money in the card that I knew covered whatever the cost was of me going, I would be able to do it in good conscience and feel good about it, right? So I don't know. I think that's a fabulous idea. Absolutely awesome. And then next story. So much talk going on about the white supremacists and hating and race and all this other stuff, and a lot of fake news in there, a lot of manipulation, whatever. Just use your power of what you're focusing on, what you're exposing yourself to. Just be very selective and don't get caught up in it, because quite often it's a distraction to bigger things that are going on. But this is a pretty cool story. These volunteers know what it's like to be fooled into believing racist propaganda, which is exactly why they have now dedicated their lives to assisting other extremists to see the light. Life After Hate is a nonprofit that employs former neo-Nazis and white supremacists to help others renounce their extremism and hateful lifestyles. The organization, which was founded in 2011 by other members of the American far-right movement, utilizes education, dialogue, and community in order to help extremists realize the root of their hatred. While Life After Hate is based in Chicago, their exit program has cropped up in several countries around the world, including Germany, Sweden, the UK, and Norway. Through personal experience and highly unique skill sets, we have developed a sophisticated understanding about what draws individuals to extremist groups and, equally important, why they leave, says the organization. Compassion is the opposite of judgment, and we understand the roles compassion and empathy play in healing individuals and communities. In addition to providing counseling and community, the organization also assists their clients in more physical ways, helping them find jobs, get tattoo removals, even move houses. While it is unclear exactly how many former members have experienced such a shift in perspective, the organization says that they have experienced a surge in phone calls and emails in recent months. The trained volunteers, however, are always ready to answer. Exit UK states on their website, "We believe one of the most crucial steps in simply talking through and sharing with people former stories, accepting what you have done, what you have believed, and coming to terms with that." We all make mistakes. We all have bad judgment at different times. You have to accept it and move on. And unfortunately, with a lot of these people, it's learned by their own parents, right? It's learned by their own parents or whatever adults are around them. Just like organized religion, quite often, it's right from being able to sit up. They're taught to believe a certain way. And so, you have to accept that, it's not your fault, and it's part of your journey, and be grateful that you've made the change. Be grateful that you've figured it out and had that aha moment. We know many people will never want to talk to people with far-right views, as they simply will never understand how people can become involved. But we do. And it is from this position we can talk, listen, and developed real relationships and offer alternatives that don't include violence and hatred. Due to a recent cut in federal funding, the nonprofit is currently seeking financing through crowdsourcing and donations. Life After Hate hopes to further their work by utilizing online strategies to dissuade and discourage susceptible individuals from extremist rhetoric on social media. Additionally, they hope to partner with Muslim community representatives in order to combat ISIS-inspired extremism. Wow. We're making changes all the time. So instead of focusing on what the problem is, focusing on, these communities and clubs and groups or whatever, we need to embrace them, be compassionate, and help them move forward. Help them, understand, no matter what it is, no matter what the group is, because there's a lot of skewed thinking out there that keeps us separate and isolated from each other. And it's time for change. It's time for us to realize that we have so much more control that we think and control in our thinking, right? It's the whole thing together. So that's it for the good news portion. Now I just want to get back to some healthy news, which is very important. So usually we talk about something else that we can control, which is our food or our medicine, by natural means. So instead of focusing on a food today, I'm going to focus on 13 most anti-inflammatory foods that you can eat. So instead of going and getting your symptom band-aided, this way you can have something natural to keep inflammation down. Now, just for an example, bronchitis, breathing disorders, that sort of stuff, that's all information too. Like a lot of times people don't realize what a huge list of ailments are actually inflammation that we don't necessarily realize. So if you can incorporate some of these healthy anti-inflammatory foods into your diet, you're going to be better off on 1,000 different levels. So let's start with the first one. Something I think we've probably all had a lot of, being that it is the season for berries. Berries is number one. Berries contain antioxidants known as anthocyanins. Anthocyanins. Yeah, sounds right. I'm hooked on phonics today. These compounds may reduce inflammation, boost immunity, and reduce the risk of heart disease. Number two, fatty fish. Fatty fish contain high amounts of omega-3, fatty acids EPA and DHA, which have anti-inflammatory effects. Number three, broccoli. Yum, yum, yum. Love the broccoli. Is one of the best sources for sulforaphane, an antioxidant with powerful anti-inflammatory effects. Number four, avocados. They're getting a lot of hype these days. Avocados contain various beneficial compounds that protect against inflammation blah, 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 and may reduce the risk of cancer. Yay. Number five, green tea. Green tea's high EGCG content reduces inflammation and protects cells from damage that can lead to disease. Number six, peppers. Chili peppers and bell peppers are rich in quercetin, sinapic acid, ferulic acid, and other antioxidants with strong anti-inflammatory effects. Number seven, mushrooms. Mushrooms contain several compounds that may decrease inflammation. Consuming them raw or lightly cooked may help you reap their full anti-inflammatory potential. Number eight, grapes. Several plant compounds in grapes, including resveratrol, can reduce inflammation. They may also reduce the risk of several diseases. Just want to mention, that's in red wine, just saying. Number nine, turmeric, which is a spice. Turmeric contains a powerful anti-inflammatory compound called I'm phonics challenged today. Curcumin. I've said that a million times. Eating black pepper with turmeric can significantly enhance the absorbance. Number 10, extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil provides powerful anti-inflammatory benefits which may reduce the risk of heart disease, cancer, and other serious health conditions. Number 11, dark chocolate. Who doesn't like their dark chocolate and their cocoa? Flavonols in dark chocolate and cocoa can reduce inflammation. They may also reduce the risk of several other diseases. Number 12, tomatoes. Have you had a tomato sandwich yet this year? Right? This summer, I suppose. Tomatoes are an excellent source of lycopene, which can reduce inflammation and protect against cancer. And finally, number 13, something we just talked about on Tuesday, cherries. Sweet and tart cherries contain antioxidants that reduce inflammation and the risk of disease. So there you go. Take your health seriously and take control of your health. You have the power. Take control. Do some good eating. The least amount of ingredients, the better. And the more you can help yourself, at the end of the day, your number one priority to yourself, right? So you help yourself first because you're very important to your own existence. You want to have quality of life, not just quantity of life. And there's people around that love you and they want to make sure that you're in your 100% best self so that you can be around for longer. So there you go. That's your good news for today. I hope you enjoyed it. And all those stories and the article, which goes way more in detail on those foods, will all be posted on the Positive Power Facebook page for you to check out at your convenience.